Namaste astu bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikagnikalaya Kalagni Rudraya Neelakantaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sriman Mahadevaya Namaha. These are the lines from Rudra Prashna, the salutations to Lord Rudra, which means salutations to you, God, who is the Lord of the universe, who is the greatest among gods, who has three eyes, who destroyed three cities, who is the master of the three fires, who is the Rudra who burns the world, who has a blue neck, who has won over the god of death, who is the Lord of everything, who is ever peaceful, who is ever great with goodness. Salutations again. Why do I speak of Shiva and Rudra here? Because we come to the sixth nakshatra of Ardra. Ardra meaning a teardrop, which falls in the zodiac sign of Gemini between 6 degrees 40 minutes and 20 degrees of Gemini. So it's got the same four padas, dharma, artha, kama and moksha, which go in Navamsha from Gemini to Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. The tattva is water, the nature is movable. Ardra is constantly moving. And to understand Ardra really, you must understand what Rudra is portrayed as in the Vedic tradition. But what is the energy of Ardra? Since in this series we are only focusing on the energy of the nakshatra, its transformation through difficulties of life, its keen intellectual capacity, change, lots of ups and downs, its transformation through grief. Grief transformation is the unique thing about Rudra. Rudra is the lord of this sign, this nakshatra. So lots of ups and downs, great sorrow and rejuvenation after that. This is about crying, this is about grief and rejuvenation that comes after that great sorrow and great grief. Okay, this is the theme of this nakshatra. So if more planets and points in your chart, especially personal ones, are dominated by Ardra, it means you are here to transform some form of grief. Okay, that's the karmic path we are talking about here. Grief transformation. Easily influenced and determined, hardworking in Pada 2 because it's going into Capricorn, hardworking, practical, kind of engineering kind of mentality. Ardra people tend to dig deep within every subject. They are explorers. They are free-spirited explorers. They are easily influenced, determined, hardworking, maybe in Pada 2, acting to rise from ashes, optimistic, hope and futuristic, first Pada, because it goes into Sagittarius, investigative, shrewd, intuitive power. Pada 3 probably because we are talking Aquarius. This nakshatra is ruled by Rahu. This is the first of the Rahu ruled nakshatras. You can see the sign there, the north node of the moon. They are investigative, shrewd. They have emotions connected to the intellect. This is the one key theme you got to understand about Ardra. Ardra is emotionalizing the intellectual capacity. They understand with emotions everything that has to be transmitted because Ardra only knows how to transform through emotions, through expression of that grief. That's why it's called the howler. Rudra, the Lord, is a howler. It's a pure energy form that moves through all the earth, through all the universe. Okay? It does not have a restrictive energy about it. Breaks all boundaries. That's why the word destruction. It is just breaking through all boundaries. They have artistic and they want comforts, probably in Pada 4 because it's Pisces. They need freedom and want to break from monotony. Non-traditional and free-spirited to the maximum. There's that Rahu signature again there, as well as the Rudra signature, the Lord of this nakshatra. They love adventure, probably in Pada 3, again, because there's a Kama sign and it goes into Aquarius. What is the life lesson of Ardra natives? Using anger and grief to transform negativity. You can get angry very quickly, especially if personal planets are in this, like Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and so on. Especially if Mars is there, they can get really angry, quick to anger, and very extreme sort of anger, extreme emotions, and they wouldn't know how to handle it. So I would recommend mantra definitely as Rudra Prashna. Definitely do this, especially when Moon is transiting over Ardra Nakshatra. It's a very good time to chant Rudra Prashna and to do it regularly. The ages active is 11, 15, 18, 37, 24, 52, and 61. So if Ardra is very strong in your horoscope, if more number of planets and points are there, or if the ascendant in the moon is there, these years can be transformative for you. Remember that. Beautiful nakshatra. Mahakramo Mahakarma Mahateja Mahorakaha Mahakatur Mahayajva Mahayagyo Mahahavihi. These are the beautiful lines from Vishnu Sahasranama. Because now we are talking about the 15th nakshatra of Swati Nakshatra, which falls squarely within Libra between the four padas, starting from 6 degrees 40 minutes of Libra, going up till 20 degrees of Libra. Now, Swati also falls within the Arcturian constellation, Arcturus. So those my light worker friends who are into Arcturians, you might want to think about how your chart depicts whether you have a strong Arcturian energy within your chart or not. Because Swati Nakshatra falls in Arcturian constellation. So what's the nature of this nakshatra? They are very movable in nature, and Gana is there, so they are like the breeze, like the gentle breeze. They're always moving around from one place to another. Constant travel and movement is one of the big themes of this nakshatra. They are adaptable explorers, very independent in nature. Independence is the hallmark, so to speak, of this nakshatra. They can be very good in communication, especially with Pada 1, Libra going into Sagittarius. In Navamsha, they can crave comforts and luxuries of life. They want luxuries. They want to look good, especially in Pada 2 with Capricorn. They can be convincing. They make very good diplomats. They are sophisticated people. They are social people. They're very good in public relations work. You'll find these people maybe in a lot of PR kind of roles, especially in third pada, Libra going into Aquarius. They are independent. They're very independent minded. They have lots of ideas. They want to learn a lot of stuff. So these are very learned people. They have a lot of knowledge. They're success-oriented, individualistic, negotiators, loyalists. They are patient people. They have a lot of discipline within them, especially in Pada 4, I would think. They hate confrontation and conflicts. They have a lot of inner strength, especially in Pada 4, because Libra goes into Pisces there. This is the nature of Swati Nakshatra. So they are very learned people, learned diplomats, so to speak. Yes. And they want to move constantly in life. Move in the sense, if your planets like personal planets like Mercury, Venus, Mars, Moon, Rahu, Ketu, etc., these planets are in Swati Nakshatra. And if they're in the 10th house, for example, you'll constantly move about in your job situation. You might be into marketing. You might be into sales. That requires a lot of diplomacy, doesn't it? So Swati Nakshatra can play out in such kind of way. When I say movement, in such ways it may play out. Life lesson for these people is individuality needs solitude for perfection and discover new territory, because Swati is all about discovering new territory. They are very individualistic people. Especially if Mars is in Swati, you become really individualistic person. And individuality needs solitude for perfection, meaning you can't nurture and sustain your individuality when you are in a whole crowd, right? That's not possible. You need some solitude, you need some privacy. to nurture your own individuality and bring it to the world. So individuality needs solitude for perfection and discover new territory. Swati is always about making new territory. The deity of this nakshatra is Vayu, the wind god. It's constantly moving. Vayu is never still, right? We're not talking about the still air energy like Aquarius here, not like Saturn. We are talking about Swati, which is Vayu, which is the wind, which always blows. So they want to discover new territory in an individualistic way. That's the nature of this nakshatra. Mantra is Vishnu Sahasranama because of the Lord of Vayu. The ages that this nakshatra would be active is 3, 30, 37, 39, 41, 45, 55, and 84. Moderately active nakshatra there. The Swati, the individualistic nakshatra of the zodiac. Next, we should be doing Vishakha Nakshatra. In the meantime, take care, be safe. Bhutakrit bhutabhrit bhavo bhutatma bhutabhavanaha. The lines from 1000 names of Vishnu, Vishnu Sahasranama, which is mysterious in nature. The reason being here it talks about one who is everywhere, taking care of everything, who knows everything and who is in everything. Right? Why are we talking about this? We are talking about the 24th nakshatra out of the 27, Shatabhisha Nakshatra. The name itself suggests a lot of things. Shata means in Sanskrit 100, the number 100. Abhisha means the physician. It's like equivalent to 100 physicians. These people hold that kind of a power. Let's see what this is about. The 24th nakshatra, Shatabhisha, falls squarely into Aquarius from 6 degrees 40 minutes of Aquarius, going into 20 degrees of Aquarius. The Navamsha of this nakshatra goes from Sagittarius to Capricorn to Aquarius to Pisces. So there is a Aquarius 101 energy present in this nakshatra, because in the Kama Pada, Aquarius being a Kama sign, the highest of the Kama signs, in the third Pada of Kama, Aquarius goes into Aquarius and Navamsha. So these nakshatra people, you cannot get more Aquarian energy than these nakshatra people. People with Mercury, Venus, Mars, Moon, ascendant in this nakshatra are very Aquarius in nature. So let's see that. The nature is movable. The Gana is Rakshasa, so they are about moving things on the physical plane, simplistically put. The deity is Varuna, or the god of cosmic waters. What does it mean by god of cosmic waters? It's pure etheric space, which pervades everything. Okay, think of Varuna as one that pervades the space within the space, the ether, which is all across. It's got no boundaries. That's why Shatabhisha is depicted, symbolized by an empty circle. It pervades everything within it. Okay. What's the energy of Shatabhisha Nakshatra? First and foremost is secrecy. It is introverted, highly secretive people. Introverted in nature. They love being alone, although they are not lonely kind of people. They are everywhere. Remember Varuna, the god of cosmic waters, it's everywhere. They sense everything, but they love being alone to process this. They are all about speed. They are very pervasive in nature. Think of again what we spoke of as ether pervading everything. They have the healing power of 100 physicians. That's why we spoke of Shatabhisha. Especially if it's combined with Ashwini Nakshatra, they have also got healing theme. So if Ashwini is in ascendant and some other planets are in Shatabhisha, probably these guys would be doctors, surgeons, physicians of some kind. Shatabhisha may also be New Age healers. You see, Reiki healers. It's unconventional because it's more of Rahu kind of energy. They are all about healing the masses. Light workers, pay attention. This is where healing the masses becomes dominant theme in your chart if you have Aquarian type of energy in this nakshatra. They have very high creativity. They love being alone. Creativity and being alone. Something like writers. They go after the mountains to write, right? They like privacy when they are being creative. Too much of disturbances or distractions is not good for high creative people. This is that kind of a nakshatra. They are suspicious by nature. This is on the downside, although they cannot be fooled. You cannot fool this nakshatra. They know what you're thinking. They know what you're feeling. They know all about you. They are very optimistic. Could be in the first pada, Aquarius going into Sagittarius. They can be practical. They're hardworking kind of people. They're organized, especially in pada 2 with going into Capricorn. They can be maverick, visionary, unconventional kind of people, especially in the third pada, the Vargottama pada. Aquarius going into Aquarius. That will characterize the maverickness of Aquarius, the visionaries, the unconventional ones. They are highly imaginative, unconventionally creative, and compulsive. Compulsive can get more in the fourth pada with going into Pisces. So, what's the life lesson for these beautiful nakshatra? Using master of abstract uses the connections to make things tangible. These people are master of abstract stuff because the god ruling this is Varuna, the god of ether, of space, and they are movable, so they move in all directions. So these people are all about abstract creations. They could even be software engineers because it's very abstract what it creates. They could be into IT, information technology, the abstraction. They could be into electronics. They could be into theoretical physics. You see, it's not just about spirituality. We are talking about real life here. Using the master of abstract uses connections to make things tangible. Why they want to make things tangible? Gana is Rakshasa. They want to make things in reality. These are the change makers and they work for the masses. How exotic is that? The mantra is Vishnu Sahasranama because he is everywhere. The ages that this nakshatra is active is 24, 28, 35, 42, 51, 53, 62, 65, 67, 68, 75, and 81. Highly charged, highly motivating, highly active nakshatra. And in this age of Aquarius, this will be called to come forth and play in this game called Earth. All right. We shall see the next one after this one, which is Purva Bhadrapada. Now we go into the Rudra kind of energies. Meanwhile, take care, be safe.